Good evening, everyone. Well, we're going to continue on from where we were last playthrough. If Bowie and I don't think Rain will be on tonight. Maybe Bowie will jump in. I don't know. We'll see who jumps in as we play through. Alright, so I believe what we were waiting on is just cracking to finish through. And that way we can continue to make hydrogen, which is our bottleneck at the moment. So that'll sort of that'll be the aim for the moment. Two refineries. Okay. That makes two. This is my original thought process as to how this would work is incorrect. Because I forgot that you needed to supply hydrogen into this one to enable the cracking to work. How are we going to do it? So if we pick it up off here, problem is then we'll have three things on the conveyor, which that won't like. We pick it up Yes, okay, that's a... How am I going to do this? So it's going to go in. Have two between here. Realistically, we sort of want to come a bit further through, wouldn't we? To allow further expansion. Or take this line this way. See, I like doing it after the storage tank. That way, if they're not keeping up, it gives us some leeway. Could do it in a way where I use this as an intermediate storage tank, feed through here, and then have another storage tank. That might be the best way to do that then, to utilize this current space. It's not very efficient, but I think that'll work. So let's say we do about here. Then do that. This way to nice and efficiently make out a route for that. Then we do this. So that feeds those two. And we'll just do our usual down the middle. We? Yeah, we will. That, go up a level here. Alright, and then we're going to drop down. Now what we'll do here is we're going to build one sorter. And then we're going to build a storage tank. Okay, so then here to here, that, here to here. So we're replacing effectively the setup that we had. In, out, and this out is going to be hydrogen, which will then enable this last out to only be the carbon. Now, I think that basically full. Are we going to need that? So we could almost just replace this whole setup here, couldn't we? Get rid of these, replace them to use that carbon. Which we might actually do. Put that there. That can go there. Then, effectively, can join in here. Yes. Okay. that. Use with that. And this one. And it would help if I gave them an output too. Would right. See if that functions. Fix. I can get rid of those. And just to give us a bit more control on the priority of flow here. I'm going to build one more splitter. You have priority. So this way we've got that being prioritized to use them up, but if we need to, these can effectively backfill anything that they're missing out on. That is producing enough hydrogen to run those. Perfect. That almost seems balanced enough. And then once this research one finishes, we can start stacking more on, and we've got the ability to expand this out a bit better. Beautiful. That is not too horrible. So we are really swingy on the amount of power we use, aren't we? Guessing that's been set up to be used, but it hasn't been connected because it's not needed. So they'll all be running. Annoyingly, all my wind assets are on the person who is currently AFK. Alright, what do we need? Or can I make... No, I can't. I cannot make the hydrogen fuel cells yet. Aha. If I do that, and I get thrusters. That's the... I need the reinforced thrusters, that's right. In order to make them, we need this. Interesting. That's a new one. That wasn't there last playthrough I did. Okay, so if we do that one. Look, it'd be good to start stockpiling that, because I know on other playthroughs it's always been a bit of a pain. That requires thruster. interstellar until I have gotten the next lot of cubes going. Okay, so I think I'm happy with those selections. Cool. Be nice if there was an easy way here to, without having to clear everything out. I need Mecha Cell in order to actually get to the other planets, don't I? You know what, actually, before we start trying to get to the other planets, it is going to be very handy to unlock some of these. Q's. Okay. Yeah, just like very handy to get to the next set of planets, but you need to do it in a way that you can actually benefit from them. Now, what does this have? Hydrogen and deuterium. Okay. So I think the first play I ever did had this combination, and the next play had fire ice. Now, fire ice was interesting, but it was a pain not having the deuterium, or however you pronounce it. Hey, Panda, how you going? So that's going to be our titanium planet. Yep. And then that makes our silicon planet somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's our silicon planet, is it? Not really. It's also a primarily titanium planet. Oh, interesting. Catch you, Panda. This one's actually going to be pain to build on. No coal, no wind, and reduced solar. Every one I had was generally, this had a bonus to solar and a reduction on wind, and then this outer one would have a reduction on solar but a bonus to wind. So I'm curious as to how we're really meant to get power on this planet. Doesn't really have much silicon either. Not that this one has much on it. Either. This one won't be tidal locked either, will it? Whereas this one should be. No, this isn't either. Ooh, this one is quite nerfed compared to the last one I played. So the last one I had as well, whilst the solar one here also had, it was tidal locked, so it was very easy to just cover it in solar panels, and the, what do you call them? The one that was receiving its energy through the Dyson sphere, power link or whatever it's called. Okay, so that is definitely going to change the way we expand in the future of this. I'm tempted to grab some spare stuff just to help us produce these red cubes a little faster. Once I get that, a couple more on. one more of those for the moment. So that'll just help us to push through to get these couple of upgrades done, because they'll be quite handy. Just once this is completed, just being able to add an extra, so 2 labs, perfect. I do wonder if that is, yeah, it's already back up, it's not like that should be fine. If it needs it, can probably create one more of these, but I'm getting the feeling this is like really just hard stuck on the low 40s, so we probably would need to create one here and one here. I think that number is really stable, otherwise we do then just need to build another oil rig as well to support that. But yeah. Let's go. Come on, 5 to go. Let's go. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
You have unlocked the vertical construction technology. When building facilities such as Matrix Lab, storage, and storage tank, you can try to build them vertically to make more efficiency use of space.
Yep, so I think that's probably got enough to hold it out. Beautiful. Just wondering if no, seems to be fine. Oh, I'm just surprised that it's not trying to store like up to 10 in there, that's all. But it seems to be working, so I won't question it. Take that though. Alright, so got that. Next is going to be this. Now, what is this made with? It's just, oh, it's titanium. Titanium smelting. Oh, that's not. We'll leave that for the moment. You know what? I am going to do the frame. I really want to be able to move around that a little bit faster. Slow movement is bugging me at the moment. Alright, so what we need to do in the meantime then is go around get a heap of these stones to get some titanium ore to enable us to actually hit up the next planet. I keep getting silicon off the army. It's probably these, I believe it's only these big ones actually that give you titanium ore. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. I don't know, so the smaller ones can do it. I'm guessing it's just at a lower rate, and that's why. So, come on, come on, give me some titanium. Stone. What a pain. I'm fairly certain it's on the large rocks, and that's why you see that they generally have a longer mine time that give it to you. That one probably will. Actually, look at all those big boys over there. Let's go for the run. Getting silicon from it would be nice. And I guess we got a fair bit of it. Yeah, I think it's a 3-to-1 conversion, so we do need more. It's just really in order to safely get to and from those planets, we do want to have that fuel reserve. Having had to backload a game before because I've run out of fuel whilst flying between the planets, I'd rather not repeat that. We got that old saying, what is it? Prior planning prevents piss poor performance or whatever. We're doing that prior planning. So slowly getting there. We have to do 100. 30. Okay. Getting there slowly. Getting there slowly. Just whack that there. We do have the graphite if need be to add in as well, just to give us that bit of extra fuel. Come on, give me some titanium ore. There we go. Beautiful. This is a big one. Should be titanium ore too. Beautiful. Alright. Hit a couple of these big ones and then we'll head back over. So, slide is we're almost finished researching these fuel rods. Now, normally I would be nice and say that we would put these into a central storage so when the other guys get on that they can utilize them where needed. However, I do know that their intention is to piss off to the outer planets and leave me on my lonesome, so we're going to utilize them for ourselves. Alright, big boys here, good amount of titanium in them. Look, I guess the other upside with all the silicon we're grabbing at this point too is that that colon, interesting. will be
The
set to
data
make some
shows
high
this is a
purity when we
planet
need
without
it.
natural titanium veins. Perhaps you can get some by collecting gravel. If you need a massive titanium collection, you need to find a planet rich with titanium veins as soon as possible.
Yes, I know. Can't you see me just walking around mining rocks? Alright. What did we manage to get before I got bored of that? 203. Bad, actually. Wait, 1 to 2? We got... Oh, that's too bad. Ah, interesting. Oh wait, hang on, no. I think if I do this... I believe that is all we're making. Yep. Cool. Turn that back on just so that we can track there. Oh, you. Thank you. Here to recharge. Stealing everything from everywhere. I wonder how much... No, we actually have a decent amount of soil pile there already, to be honest. That has dropped drastically, so that needs to turn into more. That has held stable. So, in order for us to keep this up... Perfect. But, and if I remember correctly, we can't... No, we can. Beautiful. I remember my old trick was to effectively feed one of these and then use the feed from the other one to almost self-feed. I might do that again, if possible here. I always hit that too many. What refinery? Let's build for the. really think that the network's going to need a couple more power plants shortly. So that's out. So these will now stop producing. That is increasing. Interestingly, we've worked our way through here. Look, building the extra refinery will get rid of that issue. Got a couple to kill actually. So what I'm gonna need to work on then is first planet we're gonna definitely go to is gonna be here because it has titanium on it as well. It's gonna have a very small coal deposit. So we can start off using thermal power, but we are gonna have to then try and mine some silicon that we're gonna turn into maybe some solar panels, but then again the pain there is having the day-night cycle on it means it's not really reliable. I'm really surprised. I didn't realize that that it being title locked was you know, a thing it could roll. I thought that was always title locked. But look, I guess it forces you to play differently. Like now, where I'm trying to work out what the heck I'm going to do to make that work. All right, so. Build them here, feed that in there. Yeah, okay, I know how to do this. Full, now fly through space.
You have received the ability to sail. Double-click the space key to lift off to enter the flight mode, and keep pressing the forward direction and space keys in the flight mode, and you will enter the sailing mode when you reach a certain altitude.
So we're literally balanced with this setup at the moment. Alright, yeah, I'm on. Let's finish building this one. And yeah, so we can't build the hydrogen fuel cell if we actually start outputting some more hydrogen. But I don't know if 2 oil refineries is gonna be enough to effectively allow us to stably output that. Yeah. Alright. So then what we do is this won't work with them in line like this. I don't think they are in line. Let's say I did that. Okay, yeah, so they are in line enough. Alright, so we just need to offset these slightly. I'm gonna bring you forward like that. Okay, so what we do is you output from here, and then you take in from here. You output from here. I'm gonna take in from here. Now, you're going to only take that one. You're only gonna take that one. Ah, okay. That, we're going to build you here, and we're going to take that maybe. No, I'll click with it. Right, click, there we go. Alrighty. So they'll now self-build up that output of hydrogen until they've obviously stored enough that they start not picking it up. Like that one there. There we go. Perfect. That's just a way to kickstart that. That means we don't need to feed it with hydrogen like we have here. If I'd remembered that when I set this one up here, we wouldn't need to run this hydrogen line here either. Alright, so that should run that more, but it also should mean we do start to see a bit of a surplus of hydrogen build up from there. You know what, with this much crude building up, it is probably worthwhile building another couple. That'll help us catch up on hydrogen. We don't want this to build up to the point where we then stop this producing because that tank is full. We're starting to see this build up here now, which is good. And we're starting to see this one as well supply to the point where these aren't having to feed. So that's good. So those two have sort of balanced it out enough, but we'll build a couple just because we're going to need to start pulling hydrogen out of this storage anyway to build those hydrogen fuel cells, and we'll want to start to use hydrogen to generate power here as well. Good. This is now producing again. It's a bit more mech power. Good on it, and yeah, circuit. That's fine. Oh, we're building up. Interesting. I wasn't expecting us to be out of blue cubes. Well, I'm kind of glad that I looked at that to notice that. So they're fine. So it is purely just purely is just not being able to keep up now. That one definitely will need to be upgraded for what we're going to do. Okay, oil refinery done. Means very quickly have that one. Does that just it does, yes. So we should probably just set some glass production up because that's one that I'm using a fair bit of at the moment. That. Cool, that gets them going now. That's better. You know what? We can probably as well put one more of these on top to really help that production come through. Yeah, you can see we're now reducing the backlog of red cubes here. That's fine. It's going to help us really plow through some of this research whilst we've got a backlog at least. Okay, close on that. We might just build one more. Oh. What? Couple of you. I'll take you. Have titanium in it. You. Interesting. That's also something new. And then we have our new refineries to place. Looks nicely there, shall we? Do the same thing we did before so that they're self-feeding. Output, input, output, input. Output is for hydrogen only. Input is for hydrogen only. That, that, I'll drop this here, that. Take all of this. in. Oop. Now that's going to just pump them out quick. Again, self-feeding, so we don't need to run the hydrogen line to them. Now the one thing we do need to pay attention to here is, are we going to overcrowd this last line here now? Create a backup. Just watch this for a couple of runs while they're pumping everything out. Seems like it isn't going to cause a backup here. That's going to be a problem. I think that's going to be okay. Yep, that all seems to be working fine. I'm happy with how that's happened. Now what we will do is utilize the remaining hydrogen we have to start making some cells. That should start to get chewed through a bit quicker. So 30 of these, that should be absolutely plenty to get to and from where we need to go. Plus, I never used the ones I started with, so I still have a nice chunk of those. Ah, and each run makes 2, or does this go down by 2? I've never actually paid attention to the numbers. Okay, so yeah, so it just drops down by 2, so it'll be 30 fuel cells in total. Okay. So what we're going to want to do now is just start to build up enough infrastructure within our inventory that we can fly over and generate a base that will start to store things. So what are the kind of things we need to get going? Well, first off, we're going to need to fill up on a couple of these. Go over here and pick up a stack of chips, synthetic foils, stack of copper, stack of that. Alright, I think that will cover us for what we need to build now. So what are we going to want? We're going to say 4 of these. I've got a heap of those. Let's just do that just to be safe. That should be good for those. I don't know, 3 sorters. Don't know if we're actually going to need sorters, but it's better to have it. Storage. We're not going to need assemblers, but we are going to want a shed load of smelters. That. Alright, I think that should cover us for what we need infrastructure-wise once we get to that planet. You know what? I actually want more storage than I've built. Yeah, I think that should cover us. I'm gonna grab another stack, a couple of stacks actually, of the conveyor belts, because as you've probably worked out already, I do like to make a lot of spaghetti with conveyor belts, and that means I go through a lot of Alright. Recharge. Still there. There. Yeah, look, I think that should be good. Still going up, even with all of the stuff built. Surprised. I really thought that this would now be producing sort of enough of this that these wouldn't have to do anything, but looks like they're just a little bit short. Yeah, they're all popping out, so it should be good. Ooh, okay, so after this mecha frame one, I didn't realize we'd sort of plowed through so many of these upgrades. I would like that, but we don't have those unlocked yet. You know what? I'm just gonna go for these upgrades just to make a call level 3. Can I get that? Not without that. Can't get that without that. Can't get mecha frame. Just checking. Can't. Alright. Those. Alright. Yeah, look, I probably value a lot of these upgrades higher than I maybe should, just because of not necessarily them making the game, say, easier, more just the quality of life improvement that comes from it in the game. Just, you know, being able to move around faster or things building faster is just nice. Do those, then we will do these. Okay. Once this current one is done, then we'll start to do these. We need high strength titanium alloy before that. What a pain. I guess that needed yellow too. Which is here. This stayed like perfectly at that level. Like even just this, I can feel like the level 2 upgrade just that bit smoother moving around. You don't feel like such a slug. Hmm. Sort of wonder if these really do look like they need to be upgraded, actually. Well, they're in the queue, so fine. These are still going in order to get those. But stack more at the moment, or is that? After that, so the last thing that obviously we're going to have to, or I'm going to have to be concerned about here is just ensuring that effectively going over to the new planet with enough inventory room. I don't know if we really need this much in regards to stone. We don't need that many. I'll try and maybe get rid of stuff. Don't think there's really a point in having iron that easily mine on that planet. At least that sort of looks a bit better. I don't really see anything else here that I can stack up with each other for a moment. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to queue that one up first. Then we'll start queuing out interstellar ones. Actually, no, not the interstellar ones. We'll queue towards. Actually, no, we will. We'll go the interplanetary. And then we'll have to do towards the next cube, and then we'll do the interstellar. Up here a little bit. Wouldn't have thought that the mecha would be causing that big of a drain on the system, but apparently it is. Probably just because we are producing so little power at the moment that it does just pull that large of a proportion. Alright, so we're going to whack that in there. And we're going to save before we go, just in case.
In sailing mode, you can control the mecha go to different planets or planetary systems by following the arrows in the space navigation.
Okay.
Hold down the shift key to accelerate.
Figure one is where
back
we are
arrow key to slow
going.
down. You can also use the Q, R keys to hold down the right mouse button, dragging to sideward flight.
Ooh. Ooh. Alrighty, so we can at least here set up our first titanium and smelting operation. Alrighty. Iron, stone, copper. You know what we're going to do? Because I cannot be bothered waiting. Wait. So I believe the fuel rods are more energetic. So we got silicon there. So silicon here, silicon, titanium, titanium. What we do need, we got copper. That is the only copper vein on this planet. Titanium there, got coal there. Silicon's there. So we can just set up a coal mine here. And then set up like a storage point in here, I guess. Mine those titanium and then set up over there on that silicon. I think that's how we're going to do this. Is there a way for me to tag all of these nodes? Nope. I think it's always just going to miss one. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way. Okay, so do that. Feed. Storage. Now, I'm not sure why we built that previous lot to feed in graphite rather than straight coal, noting that there's obviously a power requirement to do that. So I'm assuming there is some logical benefit to doing it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to space this out. So if we need to, we can then build in that graphite generation within here. Oh, that's yuck. And that's because of that grid change there. That. That. There. And what we should be able to do is hoping just use these ones in order to drag coal. Alright. So that should work for that. Do that. There we go. So once that starts, that should then be enough to provide us power for the start of this planet. I need one more of these. 7 by going there, but it's an inefficient 7. Don't like having ones that cover the same node because it just ends up meaning you deplete it quicker. So if we do this, that way these two aren't covering the same nodes. That. There. There. Cool. Okay, then. Put it. That long. Now, I do believe we're going to have an issue. We're not going to be able to supply enough for all of these to function at this point in time. I think once we get the advanced logistics, it's like that's what we can run here. But we're going to have to wait, obviously, to upgrade the conveyor belts and everything. Is what we'll be needing to do here. So not anywhere near enough of these. Okay. Now what we're going to do is going to stack 2 more of these. That will give us all of our needed titanium. If right, that's drop that there. That should go. Yep. Then that's okay. Did that fairly inefficiently. Now, just drop that one there. That connects that into the normal grid. And we're going to go over to silicon vein here. Pop on there. Put on here. Just going to go and effectively copy this setup. These are all the like that. We're gonna all right, so create blueprint. That, but select this part. As it select. Oh, all right. No, I think that's it. So. Print. One, this one. That there. That's the wrong button, that's why. So that you are going to security silicon instead. We'll paste that to all of you. Alright. 6. Look, I don't like that it's covering one that the other one's covering, but in saying that, it doesn't really matter because they're covering the whole node. Over there. Over there. That. Sit there, because these are all there. So that is now all power gridded. So, all we need to do at the moment is just sit here, find some coal, and then feed it into the system. Once we put the coal into here and it starts to generate power, everything here will start to mine and will be all sorted. What we might do, actually... No, that won't work because that's still connected over there anyway. Actually, it will work. We'll just delete that. Not letting me do that, right? There we go. Hopefully... this will allow these to start up. Go. All right. Now that that has started, we can rejoin everything to the network. Hopefully, I have built enough power plants to actually support this. Yep. Actually, I say yep. The real test will be once these start to produce, start having enough ore backed up here that all of the factories or smelters are producing. But I don't think they're going to chew up that much extra. Perfect. Yeah, so our biggest issue here, like I said, would purely just be that this logistics system isn't really going to be able to produce enough, to move enough through, but that's fine. We are working on getting that sorted out. That will help. That one will sort that out. Where am I staying? Okay. Beautiful. At least we can head back home now, and while we start to sort stuff out on our planet, these will fill up. And then we just have to pay attention to how we're going to correctly supply this planet with power. That's going to be the tricky part for us here, I think. I wonder if the northern hemisphere of this planet now showing you how good I am. I don't remember if red or blue is north. Or is that just showing that's the axis of rotation? That's what that's showing, okay. I'm wondering if we build stuff on this part of the planet, if that's just permanently in the sun. Alright, so it's north of titanium mine. At least if this sticks in sun permanently, you know, that we can at least set up like some solar panels and stuff like that. The thing I don't want to need to rely on is having to make batteries at this point in time. Yeah, so it looks like the rotation is so that here remains in sun the whole time. So we probably can just amass a decent amount of solar panels up on the top here and produce enough electricity to run this planet then. So that's good. Look, we generate the high purity silicon that we need on this planet, and then we'll take that back with us, turn it into a heap of solar panels, install them up here, and then maybe just leave a couple of coal generators as backup. And then once we start to actually get our Dyson swarm going around the sun, that allows us to set up the whatchamacallem, the ray catchers up here too. Yeah, this is fine. Cool. That is workable. How much are these? It's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 40 solar panels that we can make with these. Plus I've got, you know, some more of this to make. Either that or we just wait to get a little bit more high purity silicon to take back with us. That just allows us to make the solar panels so that when, you know, we can try and get ahead of the game so we don't run out of coal. I guess that's the one benefit with these. If we amass the solar plants or solar panels now, these will stop working, and that just gives us the redundancy of this if we have a shortfall. The other thing I know as well with this. Okay, so that's the maglev one. That's also the maglev. Just you. What do you use? Okay, so that's easy because that is just those. All right, so we don't need silicon in order to come back and redo our logistics system either. So that's fine. That's queued. That's queued. That's queued. We will queue this one. Can't do that until we have that one. That one requires that as well. So it means the next set that we need to start working towards is this. So that, queue's full, so we need to do that, and then that next. Where does this come from? Okay, yeah, these. I wonder if we've got another planet that we can find. It's probably too early on to be trying to get a planet to pull those off. Alright, take those. We are... You know what, I'm going to take titanium from here as well. Where's our nice? There she is. Let's head home, little mech. Alright, let's put 5 of you, 6 of you in. Now, hopefully I get enough power back to actually push myself back onto the planet, because I have before not left enough power to actually align me back down to the planet and just effectively slingshot past it, and then had to wait ages to generate enough power to come back. Things you learn from just doing a silly. Alright. I just dumb luck find where my base is on here, or am I going to actually have to use the feature? Perfect. Upwards. Probably because the hashes that required this quite high, I guess. So, what do I want? I want... above. One. That we can make a shed load of solar panels. I think 50 should be it. 50 should be way more than enough. So that will allow us to completely feed that planet with those. Okay, so what we're going to need to start working towards next are unlocking the yellow cubes. Now, purple. So you need this one, which is the organic crystal, and that, and then I believe the other one is purely made from titanium ore. I haven't unlocked it. I thought I already did. It's not there. So oh no, that is the titanium crystal. There. It's not there. It's gonna be right in front of my face, I know it. Ah, crystal smelting. There it is. Okay, that's easy. So it's just that carbon. Alright, cool. We have to queue you up. You're queued now. That's queued. Queue's full. Then you. Which then allows us to do that. Which allows us to do that. Which then allows us to set up the automation to external planets. we'll do this one, but really this is going to be the big one to start being able to pull deuterium and hydrogen off the gas giant. Is going to be a big win for us, pretty much. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's definitely, I can forget till later on. Like there's too many things here that are different. There's just a couple that are I didn't have before. Like the proliferators weren't in the last playthrough I did. That was definitely in there. That was there. Okay. Oh, actually, that just finished, so we can do this. Just leaves this one left. And then once this is done, we can take some of these advanced logistics upgrades back to the planet, and the upside is the solar panels are, you know, almost done as well. What we will need to do though is I'm going to need to pull this up. That's probably one thing I should also set up, is actually have a storage of gears. Not having gear storage at this point in time. How's he set it up? He's set it up so that it dumps directly into there. Okay, that's a little bit. Let's just do this, and we'll deal with his not being happy with his setup later on. So that's fine. So that's some storage of those to utilize. What else do we need? We have a shed load of these, so that's fine. Making these, just another shed load of these. Alright, so pretty much we've got everything else that we need at this point in time in large quantities. It's purely just that we're gonna want to that's go and grab. You know, we're going to just quickly steal some power from here. Maybe not the best idea, because we're affecting our satisfaction. I'm really surprised that I pull that much off, but like I've said before, I think it's just... I haven't played early game for so long, I forget just how much you need grid capacity wise to charge the mech off mains. I will do that. Grab a couple stacks of this. There. Good. Now we will make these. Cool. That's going to help us sort out a lot of our other issues. How do you fuel? How do we not have enough satisfaction? I'm not sure. So if you've got 5 there and you're full, why aren't you? I'm very confused. This was working before. Must be missing something. Alright, let's do to you. Okay. I don't get it. Why are these ones working? This one's not. What have I set up wrong? Like, literally set up the same way that all the others are. I don't understand why that's not working. Alright, that's fine. We'll alright. Yeah, like, so that one's now working. I don't understand. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna want is realistically creating this line will help to solve some of our power issues here, and then I think the next one is just building it up so that we can take it across to the other planet. But trying to sort out some of the problems here is needed. And then I'm definitely going to want to start to do that. Yeah, I want to do that use again. Yep. Okay, so 2 of the 3 we can get from the one area here. Fine. That and that from here. We'll just have to run some belts from over here to grab the you call them electrical coils or called. Yeah, that's fine. Come on. Alright, at least we are starting to get a surplus of red cubes now. Not that they're necessarily sitting in place for surplus. Didn't realise this is probably one where we are looking forward to this happening, just so that we can get the what do you call it? Extra stacking going on, so that they can just pump through a bit more research. Actually, how is like that's actually storing a decent amount now? Good. Okay, yeah, that's gonna fill up very shortly though. Still keeping it there, so that's 15. Close to allowing us to just get rid of a lot of these oceans. Right. Almost there. Almost. I think he's really gonna have, yeah, there's a fair bit here. This work better. Right, like this. Here I am trying to upgrade our other secondary planet now when the primary planet needs a lot of work in on itself. Right, go. Conveyor belts finally coming through. That's what we want. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Alright, so can we do this in one go? Yes. Beautiful. Well, that's done. Do that. couple of these ones as well. That's upgraded. Perfect. There we go. So these are now all actually functioning, and this should... Perfect. The numbers here are going up. So we are going to start to ensure there is some stability in that power generation, and the grid is now starting to come. Perfect. That's good. Now, we actually have enough, though, do what we want. I got 11 of those left. How many more can I? Guess it's gonna be out of these. Cool. And validate my... What I'm running out of? You're running out of steel or iron bars, sorry. There we go. That plus that should now give me enough to go and properly upgrade our other planet. All the way over there, hiding behind the sun. Alright, slowly fly our way over here. Come on, little robot. Come on. If I remember right, North or like where wasn't. Yeah, blue. Alright, so in this now the one pain is gonna be not gonna be able to easily blueprint this. I know you love this grid system. I know you love it. Should have brought some of those land pads with me as well, so I could drop some of those pads down. Hole. place as many of these as we've got. Like I said, this will remove the need for us to have those coal thermal plants running unless we really got an issue with these. Hoping that I've calculated right and that this always is within the sun. Right, now we'll just drop Tesla tower. In. Should find that there is now. I mean, I could. I'm gonna have to bring more in anyway. This was just what I could build off one run of like the initial silicon that these had made. Charge up while we're under this tower for a little bit. So, thermal plants just turn off now, I guess. Alright, so this, this. Here, this, this. Should now find this will fairly largely jump up in production. Right, but where is the... Okay. So it's going to require yellow cubes in order to do that. That stacking does help the throughput of this. But what we should hopefully see is stuff should start making its way to the end now as these start filling up and don't require the resources. You all still consuming when we're overproducing so much? Thought you guys automatically turned off. Oh, and Panda's back too now. Is it the abuse squad here, is it? I'm just trying to... I thought these automatically turned off if there was generation elsewhere and their power wasn't required. Like, you know, the load here is nothing. Don't need that many to begin with anyway. Are we allowed to joke about that in this day and age there, Panda? Is that another no-no word? Do I need to ban that word too? Well, the sun does shine a lot on this planet, so I can't stick it on this planet. Is that an issue? Done. this setup seems to work. So we'll just drop some more solar panels here. Good, we started. Start. I think that's what go. So this way we really are just massively going to be overproducing solar. Just, I think you just have to really overproduce in order to turn those other plants off. I got what, one more coming? Yeah. Alright, that is a nice lot of solar being generated there. Except we're losing interest. Maybe I was wrong about this always getting sun at this point. Oh, we're losing. Back. They're dropping. Let's see, how low do we drop in regards to intensity here? I think that is probably about as far as that's going to get hidden away. So these probably won't drop below 100, I'm hoping then, and then we'll start to pick back up. These ones are probably worse over this side, are they? Or are they all about the same? Oh, right. And they're only at 50%. 34 on this side. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I really thought up here would have been enough. Maybe I should have just followed them around this curve to get a decent spread around then. And that way I would have had a better amount of ones that were effectively producing when around this bend here. Alright, thought it might have stopped dropping there and was about to start going back up. There we go. Now we're starting to go back up. Okay, so we have now bottomed out. So at least they never make nothing. And as you can see, we're still producing a lot of power there. It just means that we are defaulting back onto that whole supply over here. How much are you short through? We must be still losing some power on the other section. Intensity's picking up there. These are down to like 12, 7. Okay. Nah, look, that the bottom out continues to produce enough power, and we cut away enough the coal plants that that 70k coal lasts us for a while. Might just have to do a similar setup, but on the southern pole. At least that way now, when this is dipping, that pick up. Probably going to be the way to go. Here. Here. That is completely false there, Panda. Other fixes are most certainly not banned. That fix is banned. You can make the rule, it doesn't matter though. You may be a mod, but you're not the streamer. Therefore, your rules don't count. He can stream my chat if he wants. That doesn't count though, he's not streaming the game. Hang on. Ugh. That was not what I wanted to do. There's a way to sort this out that you can't argue with. But I need to land safely on a planet first. Whoa. Alright, let's see. Fuck. Every time I bet on 8-ball, it has not gone my way. I need to stop doing this. I swear, I reckon Panda's coded the 8-ball bot. It might be. If it is, it would be like lit. Maybe I need to enable it. Yeah, while I recharge, I'd like to see. Botman. Jewel. There's roulette, there's slots. But I do not see coin flip. can't give channel points until we hit affiliate. So you gotta hurry up and get other people to follow. I think that. I'm pretty sure that that is against TOS there, Panda. Alright, so say I do this, and then I think once I've now enabled that, I can then go to here and go roulette. Says that I need to enable modes as well. Oh, modules. Here we go. I see. And yeah, is that where you can just then listen to it and imagine what you think is going on? Is that it? Alright, you should be able to do like exclamation mark roulette or exclamation mark what was the other one? Exclamation mark roulette or exclamation mark... Oh, maybe I didn't enable the other one. Did I, or am I just blind? Exclamation mark bet, exclamation mark roulette, and exclamation mark slots. So there you go. Alright. I fixed that up for you rather than playing the game. I hope you're happy. Right, so that's all working. It concerns me how much you know about this. Alright, got that storage full. He did research. Yes, I can tell that he did the research. Hey, Crass, how you going, man? Alright. So that's going... Got those queued. So what am I going to have to start working towards to enable that to actually happen? I'd really like to just find a vein for this. I would really like to find a vein for that rather than have to make it, but I don't. It's not possible. There's not a vein in this universe, and you can't get to other ones without. Crass, you and me would get along very well. You can explain to Random that it is so much better than Factorio. Here we go, you've got him started. It is not the other way, random. This is by far better. Just because you don't like the grid layout. Oh, it's not tricking you. They're just the facts that you don't want to hear. So I really should start making some glass to make the prisms one part, and then start making the electric motors to start making the turbines as another part. They are not alternative facts. They are correct facts, and random just needs to get better at picking what a good game is. There we go. See, he understands. The grid is just an extra challenge on there. I play too many games to just log that many hours in one game. Reminds me, they the Rust servers wiped yesterday, so I could go in and get some early Rust timing too. Yeah, I saw that dev update that they're gonna sort of add a PvE element into it as well, which I think would be an interesting spin. It's good to see that it's, I guess, look, it is an early access game at the moment, so it is still sort of expanding what it does. That I have, you know, this is probably my first playthrough in about 6 months, I would say, since the last time I played through, and I've noticed that, you know, a couple of differences within the tech tree. You know, things like the proliferator weren't in there last time I played. All this, you know, reforming, refine, stuff like that's new. But it's interesting to see how much they're, you know, adding in outside of just tech tree advancements. I'm liking this this crass guy. Get absolutely slapped down, random. I'll PayPal you later on, Crass. All right, so for me to do what I wanted to do as well, I need to drag some of this down that way. Let's do that very inefficiently. You can assume whatever you want there, Panda. Out of building range. Come on, little drones. Don't think we're going to need too much, so we'll just use the tier 1, just set on a bit of power here. And then we've got that, we'll get our thing there, so can start to drop. Jeez, I really thought I had a couple more than this in my inventory. Okay. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to start dropping them here, I think. There, 2, 3, 4. That going through here. Extra messy, I'll do that through here. And then here. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Not the way I'd like to do it, but I can't be bothered fixing that up, to be honest. This. I'm gonna have to move this storage, aren't I? Yep. Built that one too close as well. I am on a roll today. If I built these one more back, I could have just run the iron up this way. Do I want to make that change now? No, not really, because that's full. It's fine. We will just do that. Not that this is important, it's just purely as a hold stuff out of my inventory. That's that. That's good. And then data. That's here. Make 2 more of you. I'm just trying to shoehorn in making some electromagnets so that I can start mass producing the higher level logistics items. And, you know, just shoehorning everything into the stuff that Bowie has previously built. I mean, he's not around to say no, so you just do it now before he has a chance to get back. That's there. That's there. Build those. Apply power to this area. Select you to make this. Perfect. And then, that button. Then we are going to now try to make the electromagnets, which just require 4 of these. I have to move this back again. Probably put it somewhere I'm not planning to continually build around, huh? That go in. That's fine. I hope you didn't scare him off random with your bad views on bad games. This charge up. Good. Not completely killing grid. He's still here. Good. See, for me, my issue with Factorio, and this is probably the worst reason to that's the worst reason to diss a game, is I'm not a fan of the art style. And I know that that's a shocking reason to not enjoy it. Ah, Bowie's here. Hey, Bowie, I'm not mucking up your, the area that you created at all. pretty sure that these back ones here being level 1s is a no-no. I can get this now. Satisfactory is the first person one, yeah? Yeah, I had a look at that. Look, I think the concept's interesting, but there was part of me that was just like, if I'm going to play this, I'd just play, what's it called again? The one that was like really bad on launch, and it wasn't until they did like their major update that it got okay. In space. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. Jeez. Yeah, it's an exploration game, but I guess I find it's the same in like the way you're trying to, you know, have this. I guess actually I'm wrong. It's more of a survival game as opposed to a optimization game. Look, I played it ages ago. It's the first-person aspect of having to get materials to build the other things. But yes, now that I think about it more, it is actually more of a survival game. I take back my previous comment. No, Crash. Random was talking about my comment about, what do you call it? No Man's Sky, not about Satisfactory. He was unlucky enough to be with me in my attempts to play through No Man's Sky, which definitely did not go well. Okay, so we've got some of that going now, which is good. So we are going to have to upgrade. Yeah, I think I was enjoying it up until the point where we got the starships or whatever that was. I think that's sort of where, for me, it was a bit iffy. And then I think we got to the point where we were running into a lot of bugs or something, if I remember correctly as well. And it just sort of like stonewalled us for hours while we had to unbug the game. Does that sound vaguely familiar? That's some of the stuff I'm vaguely remembering occurring now. I don't necessarily remember server crashing. I just remember one of our, I think it was me, got bugged on that mission to get like your first fighter or something like that. And I remember that taking like the whole night to unbug. I think that was sort of what killed it for us at that point, or at least myself. Alright. Semi-happy with this. This definitely is going to have to be expanded later on. We're definitely going to need higher production of this. This is enough to shoehorn it in, start setting up a proper log line to the other planet. More so as well to set up enough to get the, what do you call it? Interplanetary logistics system running. You mean like when you sort of run out of what you've got as in your inventory so you can't terraform anymore? Yeah, I think on my second run through, I had that problem, and that was really quite annoying because it just sort of meant you weren't able to, you know, the limitation to the game was you needed to just find somewhere where you had to keep running things through to reduce soil piles to, you know, to enable you to actually be able to keep expanding on that planet, which did feel a bit silly, I guess. I think that the larger issue also came from the secondary planet, like the lava planet, trying to set up effectively on there and having issues with that. Done that. These are pumping out. Good. That's filling up. Good. So, question, Bowie, why do you invest the electricity to turn the coal into energetic graphite and then burn that, as opposed to just burning the outright coal? +50%. I see, you get higher fuel gen from it. But given that... two coal to one graphite. So I didn't think, and this is probably something I haven't looked into more, because it's got more energy, it just means you burn less of it, as opposed to generating more power, because the power of the plants is capped at 2.16, correct? So it just means that it burns less of it then, not that it generates more power. So we have, what, 6.75 megajoules versus 2.7, so it's 245. So it is slightly more efficient just in regards to burning, because you get 2 to 1, and 2 of these is still slightly less energy than one of those. Okay. You don't want to see my other planet where I've put my solar panels, because I was like, oh, look, I stood in this position for a fair while and it's always got sun, and then I put the panels down and I was like, well, where did all the sun go? The 2 playthroughs I've done before both had tidal locked planets, so I had it very easy in those playthroughs, so I just had to try and work out what I was going to do there. But the one that's really got me puzzled, so this one isn't tidal locked. Like I said, my other playthroughs, it's been tidal locked. Explain. So tidal locked means that the planet doesn't rotate. So because the face it's facing the sun would always face the sun, it's really easy because your solar panels are always working. So that one was very easy to do. The one that I am quite curious about, because I haven't seen this before, so my outer planet, which is normally your silicon planet, has no wind energy, has no coal, and the solar ratio on it is crap. So this one I think is going to be an interesting one, because that's probably going to be one where I'm going to have to ship stuff to the planet in order to get power output to occur. So I think that's probably going to end up being either one that is utilizing hydrogen coming off the gas giant, or I'm going to have to ship, you know, coal from the starter planet to make that one run. Yeah, yes, tidal locked can mean that, but in planets it means that they don't rotate. Alright, so that one's going through. That gets us stacking. Then we can at least start. So we get interplanetary, which will be good. That can try and negate some of these really crappy lines that I've got, which would be nice. We are starting to build up some hydrogen spares, which is good. Still not building up there. This is a concern though. These aren't using enough, which means this is going to stop producing hydrogen. Because of the way I set these up, they aren't self-feed like the rest do. That's going to be a problem for later, actually. I'm just going to expand the storage on this and deal with that later on. That's fine. Expand that with one, just in case. It's only creeping up slowly, so it doesn't matter too much. This is the one we really do need to tap into. Probably need to actually work out the map here. Every 4 seconds it makes 2. There's 4 of these. 3, 6. So I just need to add 2 more and that will balance it out actually. No, maybe I'll just add the extra 2. Do I have 2 in the inventory? No, I don't. I'll add the extra 2 just as a way to deal with that. Actually, while we're crafting that, that reminds me that I do really want to get glass stuff getting made. I'll piggyback that off the production line over here. That's all finished making these. Yep. So we're gonna get this here to also make glass. Splitter over belt. What do you mean, splitter over belt? Yeah, so you don't have to, you know, delete a couple little squares and then rebuild them in. Yeah, look, I do find that annoying myself, having to do it that way. So we'll do that, that'll come in, we'll store glass in there. Then we'll need another belt that's going to come out. What do I want here? And here, probably here. That there. Yeah, see, I haven't played with many mods in DSP yet. Just the multiplayer one. So I haven't, I don't need these ones. I need the assemblers, I believe. What I'm... Yeah. 3. We're not up there yet. No. And I want this on. No, that was probably right on that side of the belt. There. Right, that there. there. Only one at the moment, but I will probably expand that to 2. This there, there. You are gonna make these, and then this. No, I don't want that there because it misses. Drop that there, it covers everything. Yeah, that should be fine. Take those. Cool beans. Alright, that is good enough to get that started slowly for us. Go back over here. Oh, no, not over here. I'm lost. Follow the red line. This way. Definitely gonna have to add some more power plants in there as well. There. Offset by 1 to self-feed. There. There. Yeah, I always find the issue for me though ends up becoming what do you call it? Hydrogen later on. So I don't have an issue with overproducing now, which then gives me the ability later to just have a lot of stored hydrogen, which you can effectively then, or I usually use to start running through to head start my deuterium production. Out, you get back in, you set filter that, on that, set filter that, that, plop you here, copy you to you, and grab a little bit of hydrogen to start. Pick. I need a little bit more than that. There we go. That. Then we drop this there. This there. Beautiful. Perfect. And need to go add small power plants. Oops. And I'm also going to add electricity. Did I simply build that one over, or is it? Oh, I put it there. Alright, go. Now, hopefully we see this. So we are sort of getting to the point where we do need a lot more power. Okay, so that should now, all of these working, hold that fairly stable. Actually, the one trouble I might have. No, I was close to backlogging before. Is this going to extra 2 going to start backlogging here? It does not look like that's the case. No, we've still got gaps on the conveyor belt. Fine. Will be. Pretty much there. What it seems to be doing. Good. Get extra hydrogen. Also good. That's stable forever. Right. I think it might at this point. And that we did just get that extra upgrade. Add a few more research labs. Yeah. Now. Yep, that's fine. That's keeping up. That's also keeping up. It's also keeping up. Alright, cool. So that's fine running at that now. Still like right on the limit, even with those ones. Just gonna have to pull more, I guess. Right. Drop this. That's best power. Then we're pretty good at this point. We're cruising along nicely. The other planet, the storage is probably just filling up now. Maybe other options. That in range though. Yes, I can. Okay, so that's fine. Right, power headroom. These are all running, that's fine. I think looking at this, I am, however, gonna need to upgrade one of the sorters. No. This is starting to back up a little bit more than it was before now, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so that's fine. This is just got enough throughput that it's fine. I guess the other thing I can do here just to help out is upgrade these two. It's fine, that's max. Cool. That's going through fine, that's fine. So, what we would want is a couple more labs here, just to help us really chew through these last couple ones that are only red and blue cubes. Break that. Okay. That is still consuming through, which doesn't surprise me because there's only two there. Surprised that's so much trouble keeping up. That's not allowing this to actually empty out what it's made. Actually, this its own rate isn't allowing that to happen by the looks of it. Right, that's not doing too bad. It might just need one more there. but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it. Nope. So, context behind why this is laid out so badly. I built it badly with the original comment and intent that this was not going to stay permanent. It was going to be replaced. So I was going to build it bad to ensure I had to replace it. As you can see, I'm yet to replace it. So that was great comment and foresight by me to build it horribly so that I'd rebuild it, and I just haven't rebuilt it yet. Sure, I'll get there eventually. Upgrade those two. Upgrade that one. I need to upgrade that one. That should keep enough of the blue cubes pumping out. Hopefully turn this one on. This should be about to turn on. There we go. Cool. So we are now producing enough to run all of those labs. That's good. Going through quicker. Beautiful. Yep. Do have enough power being made. That's fine. That isn't dropping. So that's good. That's back up. So we're not there. That should be fine because we did just add this. Cool. I think I got that one too. Not that I have carbon, so that's fine. Alright. That's fairly stable. That's pretty much where we left off, so that's good. So that's not filling up anymore. Beauty. And we're not seeing backlogs occur here. Good. I'm happy with that. Extra ones we created. Yes, they're using that. Only really using one of those two. Okay. So far, most of this is somewhat okayly balanced. I'm just going to grab a couple of these so I don't have to keep making them from scratch. Same thing with some glass. And those. Hey, how you going, Gift Man? What's cracking? Trying to put the energy generation, but it doesn't let you. Ooh, what do you mean it doesn't let you? Oh. Yeah, so one of the longer running jokes within the channel, as you might have seen with Panda going on about green power, if you type coal, that is a banned word in this chat. So, yeah, as you can see with how random posted it, there are ways around it. Yeah, you're a mod, so you can say it, GIF. It's just I guess it was a joke that turned into one of the mods banning coal. And it's stuck around as a bit of an inside joke within the channel. Oh, it's mod privilege random. That's what it is. I should probably unban it, to be honest. So this came from when we were playing a different game where coal wasn't as essential. Unban. What is it? Be that? Nope. Clearly not. I honestly need to work that out. Hang on, give me a sec. I'm just having a squiz now. dashboard A. Settings, range, moderation maybe. Blocked terms and phrases. There we go. Alright, it should work now. Panda, right on cue. Okay, so we are getting towards that end. So what I'm going to do now is basically just add things that I don't necessarily care just yet about, but only utilize the red and blue blocks. Just that way I clear out. Yes, okay, queue is full. Jeez Louise. Gotta love the mods in this channel. Definitely not drunk with power. What are you deleting stuff with now? Ah, coal is the new cool. Okay, so that's all worked. So I'm happy with this. Can't start doing the other stuff till here. Okay, but we can start looking at just setting up some interplanetary logistics. So what do you need? Iron, that, and thrusters. So we've got that stuff. So the only stuff I don't have is that, which comes from this. It's fine. Oi, GIF, stop. Oh, I'll just do it this way. Look, I'm happy that that Crass has just given you a good roasting, but between both you and Panda, I'm happy with this. All right, these. Alright, so I didn't think about that one. You need to dump those. That. Ah. Okay. Let's see. I need to turn this thingy on first. There we go. Now I can see my icons. Oh, there's this lovely thing called a timeout button that I'm hovering over your name on, GIF. So see, the chat command doesn't work. I just have to do it. Right, that's better. That's good. Now, this is still going to chew through. That one's fine. What are you going to do? Get the free speech brigade on me there, Panda Aya? Is that the plan? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought I had set that one up to properly follow commands though. As you can tell, I'm still light on with this. Alright, so that, and we're going to get that one, be a bit more targeted in what we're actually gonna look. That'll actually be handy to get that one. That's gonna require yellow, isn't it? Yep. Alright, that's fine. Okay. Cool. Alright, I am pretty happy with the progress that I've made on this tonight. Even more so because I didn't have rain running around causing mischief that I then had to continually delete and be concerned that I was gonna get TOS'd because of naughty drawings with conveyor belts. And I've successfully merged my stuff into Bowie's stuff without him deleting it as well. So I think that's also a win, up until he logs back in and just nukes everything I've done. And then I can just go be sad in the corner. If he hasn't come for me now, he is not going to come for me at all. That's my theory, right? He's been here for an hour and a bit and hasn't logged in. So therefore, he's not coming for me at all, right? That's what I'm telling myself. No, leave my kidneys alone. Yeah, and that's normally what I do in the previous playthroughs that I have done. Once I get to the point where I can start harvesting the gas giant, that's when I start to use hydrogen for fuel, or I'll go and tap another oil node or two and basically burn all aspects of it. So refine, the crude oil into, hydrogen and refined oil, and then refined oil into hydrogen and the energized carbon or graphite, whatever it's called. And then I would burn those three or those two outputs to get extra power production. But at the moment, we're sort of managing with the setup that Bowie's made over here. So I think the power is somewhat stable for the moment. The extra hydrogen I will start to basically just run looped through the deuterium fractionator to try and start farming that. if I can, you know, stack some excessive amounts of that, so when it comes to making deuterium, it's easier. Yes, it's good because the gas giant that we have here is a hydrogen deuterium gas giant rather than the fire ice one that I had last time, but I'd still like to be able to just have a good amount of it. So, I hate to break it to you, Panda, but there's no nuclear power in this because even this game knows that that's shit and you wouldn't use nuclear power. So, you know, I'm infinitely far off it. There's fusion, there's not fission. So there's, where is it? There's the particle collider. That, is it actually a separate one? That's the fusion power plant? Is that a separate? I can't remember now. Yes, but they're not talking about that fusion. They're talking about fission when they're talking about using nuclear power, Bowie. Yes, it is nuclear, but not in the context that they're using it in. Jesus, he did two. There was 2 unsubs. God damn it. You can't do that. Where is it? Interesting. Oh, I've never seen this one. I must be blind. I know that it's here somewhere, but for the life of me, I cannot see the... fusion generator unlock. Oh, it's right there. I am blind. Yeah, so for reference, and again, this just goes back to channel bants for a bit. They're talking about nuclear fission when they're talking about nuclear power, not nuclear fusion. So that's why I can adamantly say to them that there is no nuclear in this game. But there is, because there is fission, but they're talking about fusion. Wait, I think I said that the wrong way around. Oh, it was you as well who unfollowed random? Ah, thanks Panda, thanks random. I don't think this is the place to seek that advice. GIF. Right. Alright, we might log off there because I guess the other thing is it's 11:30, which means it's also going to be time to log into the American stock market and just get absolutely booty blasted. Everything to you is cringe, random. Everything to you is cringe. Jesus. Alright, guys, I might... we might wrap the stream up there because chat is definitely disintegrating. Thank you everyone who's tuned in. Look, if you enjoyed the stream, please do chuck us a follow. It'll help grow the channel a bit. And look, we're going to go raid another gentleman. His name's Ingram. So we're just going to spam Tpole raid when we get into his chat, alright? Oh, it looks like he's got his cam back on. He did stop the camming for a bit.